on, great people? Welcome back to another episode of Food by Nichelle. Today we're making some Cajun shrimp dressing, stuffing, whatever you want to call it. I got all my ingredients out here, my black pepper, my butter. Everything tastes better with butter. Then I got my celery. Then I got my sweet onion, my shrimp, and this Creole seasoning. Cajun choice is delicious. Then I have the 21 seasoning Salute. And then I have my onion powder as well as my Himalayan pink salt. And then I have my garlic powder, which is essential in every recipe that I cook. Got to have that garlic. And then you cannot make dressing without this cream of chicken. It gives it a really smooth flavor and taste to it. And then the Himalayan pink salt, which is give it a little spice, healthy salt. And then listen, I love me some Jiffy corn mix. This is my go-to for everything that consists of cornbread. And then it's delicious at that. So stay tuned. Here we go. So then I'm going to go and put some olive oil. I use olive oil because I like olive oil better in the pan so I can begin sauteing the vegetables. I'm going to chop up this onion. Sweet onion, so it did not make me cry. Okay, I don't know if this is a new kind of onion or what, but it did not make me cry. And then I have my red pepper. Now I'm a red pepper fiend. I love that more than any other pepper. Dice them all up with the celery. And it just looks nice and Christmassy there with the red and green and the white. And it's just absolutely delicious. So I'm going to put all that in this pan here. And I am going to saute this until not they get soft and squishy. Then I'm adding a little butter to it. But I want to make sure that it is nice and tender. Whereas when I put it into the cornbread mixture, that it is not crunchy, but smooth. I guess that's a better word for it. So I put a little seasoning on it. Of course, a little bit more garlic powder. Can never go wrong with that. And then I took that cornbread that you saw out of the pan earlier and I'm dicing it and chopping it so it can be a little bit smaller bites of pieces when I add the mixture here into it. The peppers, the celery, the onion. Ooh, wait, look at that. A little bit of butter on that. And then I have my shrimp here that I had already defrosted. It's deveined and clean. So I'm going to pour that into the seasoning mixture here of the veggies, the peppers and the onions, all that shrimp in there. I love shrimp. Then I'm going to pour that into the cornbread mixture, okay? And then we are going to mix this all up, dice it again so that you have smaller bites of the bread, of the shrimp, stir it up really good. Then you're going to add that cream of chicken soup. And then I'm going to add some more garlic powder. Again, remember I told you can never go wrong with garlic powder. I love it, love it, love it. More onion powder to it. You want to make sure that it's consistent throughout the mixture, and then add that Creole seasoning. This gives that tang, that sweetness, that spice that you're looking for in a meal. It's not too hot, it's not too sweet, it's really good. Then that 21 seasoning Salute, we're going to add that. And again, that's a big mixture of herbs, spices, and then you can't go wrong with ground sage. Listen, you can't make no dressing without ground sage. You need that in there, but don't put too much now. Otherwise, you're going to have your people running, if you know what I mean. And then here's that butter. I'm going to put a little bit of that butter on top of there. Ooh, wait. This is one of my favorite entrees. You cannot have Thanksgiving without dressing. Then turkey stock. I want to put some of this in there for the simple reason that I don't want the mixture to be dry, because I'm not going to put any oil at the bottom of the pan. And so I'm going to put a little bit of turkey stock in there until it's consistent and it's not too thick, but it's not runny either. So no grease in the bottom of the pan. I'm just going to put the mixture in there, and it's mixed with that butter and that turkey stock, and then some oil in there from the olive oil, so that you have a nice consistency of flow. Yes, and you're going to spread it out. Yes, you see all those red and green. It's so Christmassy and so holiday-ish. I just love dressing any time of the year. I can eat it like every week. It's so good and so delicious. And so now I'm going to put some parsley on top, and this just kind of adds to the flavoring and the color. Food, if it attracts you with your eyes, it tastes better. Literally, it does. So then I put a little bit of that parsley on there. And then now I am going to put this baby into the oven. Yes, for about 375, about 45 minutes, depending on your oven. You're going to let that cook in there. And then while I was doing all that, I decided to go ahead and make this duck and just add this in this video as well. Got a little orange on there because duck with orange, really good, delicious. Again, added my favorite spice, which is garlic powder, that onion powder on there as well. And then this was my secret sauce here, that sweet, sweet mango. Yes, I put that inside that baby there, inside that duck, in this smoked chili salt. That's really good. I got that at Aldi's. I don't remember when, it was earlier this year, but I'm telling you, that stuff adds some good flavor to stuff. But anyway, this was the duck. I'm putting that duck into the oven. It came out a little crispy, and I'm gonna be honest with you, this chutney here came off the package that the duck was in. I wasn't really impressed with my duck. I'm just being honest. It was good, but I know I cooked better. I don't know what it was. It was just something that just didn't come right with it. But anyway, they ate it. That's all that matters, that they ate it. And then I also wanted some collard greens. And you know what? You got to wash those babies clean, because when they're in the store, all kind of stuff, they actually run water on them in the store. But when you get home, you better clean those things, because I found all kind of insects and all that kind of stuff on it. I put a little salt in there to get the insects away as well. So that dressing came out the oven. Look at that baby. Nice brown, little crisp on the edges. Put the cabbage in there at the bottom. I cook my greens, my collards, with cabbage all the time. So those collards got set on top of that cabbage there. I had a little turkey meat in there as well. And it's just delicious. And put my seasonings on there. And then in the process, I wanted some sweet potatoes. But I did not want your particular casserole. I wanted some sliced and diced yams. And there it is. Bam! Look at that. Nice, good. You see all that caramelization on there with the pecans I had on there as well. They're crispy. They're done. It was really good. Soft and tender as well. Everybody loved it. Yum. And that's that dressing. I'm getting ready to eat this right now. That dressing was so good. Yes, if you have not made some Southern Cajun dressing, you better get to it. That stuffing, whatever you want to call it. And I love it with cranberry sauce. I cannot eat it without it. It just gives it an extra festive taste and just delicious. You see my collards over there? They were delicious as well. And then while in the process, I made some turkey tails. This was actually for the next day, but I said, why not go ahead and do it all at one time? Added my homemade gravy. Yes, brown gravy on there with a little flour, little oil, little butter. You know, I got to add butter to everything. So if you're on a diet, you may want to watch how much butter you put in stuff. But look, butter is good for me. It's delicious. And everybody loved it. So I'm soaking it in, all that gravy, putting that in the oven, let that cook for about an hour, because I had boiled them before. And then I had a taste for a pie. This was my coconut cream pie. Yes, I'm gonna have to show y'all how to make that, because that was delicious as well. Cooked the same day, it was gone. My people don't play.